The North American Arms Pug in 22 Magnum. Let's check it out. The North American Arms Mini Revolvers are just different. I mean, you see them in a gun case and, you know, they just seem to draw you to them. And I don't know if it's the size or if it's the really exceptional quality of these firearms. I mean, they are precision made, they're stainless steel, and they're just great little guns. They've been around since 1978 with Freedom Arms, and then in 1990 that was bought by North American Arms. I think that these are perfect for an EDC pistol, a hideout gun, or deep concealment. And so we're going to take a look at the North American Arms Pug in 22 Magnum. Guys, this is a lot of fun at the range. Now I want to thank Big Daddy Unlimited for sending the North American Arms Pug for this review. It is a great buying club. The prices are exceptional. And so check out Big Daddy Unlimited. Now the Pug is an evolution from the original Freedom Arms Patriot. This is one of the original Freedom Arms pistols, and it's in 22 long rifle. It's a neat pistol, and it really got the ball rolling. They started in 1978, went till 1990. And then they sold the design to North American Arms, which I think North American really upped the design. I mean, there were so many different things that they did, the quality. And so I really love what North American has done, and then went on to really cool designs like the Pug, the Black Widow, the Mini Master, the Wasp. I mean, there is a ton of different type firearms that they have on the North American Arms website. One thing that's really funny is Freedom Arms actually went into the 454 Casull single action revolvers, which were at the time the most powerful cartridge for revolvers in the world. So they went from the sublime to the ridiculous. I mean, it was really funny. But one of the big things about the Pug is this grip. It really gives you some control over this revolver. It's very small. Of course, obviously you can see that it is unloaded. But you can see this very small and in the hand, and this grip is a little bit fat and thick, so it gives you something to grip hold of, but it doesn't take away from the size of the revolver. And I really like that. I mean, when firing it, it makes it comfortable to shoot. With a standard North American Arms, you've got that little tiny grip, and it's a rosewood grip, and when firing it, it is a little bit more difficult to control. Even in 22 long rifle. I mean, you can, it's not anything terrible, but because it's so small, it's nice to have more control, especially in a self-defense situation. And I think the Pug definitely does that. Another thing, of course, is the sights. These are XS sights. The front is tritium. And there's an option where you can just get just the white. But these are excellent sights, and I had to pull the hammer back to be able to see that back sight. But you just line up the post with the front dot. You set the dot right on top of the post, so you dot the eye. These are very quick to deploy, whether it's on this or on any other semi-automatic. And so it really made it natural to be able to see. Now, as far as accuracy goes, because that's one of the big things that a lot of people are probably going to wonder. I mean, this is an up-close and personal option for self-defense, no doubt. But you can achieve acceptable accuracy with these handguns. Now the cylinder latch on the Pug is a big improvement. We pull it down and then you just pull it out. And then we kind of just rotate our cylinder right out. It is a 5-shot 22 Magnum. Of course, you can get this in 22 long rifle as well. The cylinder is recessed, so your rounds fit down, and of course your rimfire, that is important. But it's easy in, and another thing, when you have your cylinder out, you can't put it in the reverse way. But you know, sometimes when you're reloading it and you just have it out, that could be a problem. One thing that you will notice are these notches that are in between the cylinders, and this is a safety notch. And I'm going to show you how to deploy that, but this makes it really safe to carry, and it's one of the big improvements that North American Arms made over Freedom Arms. To reassemble, just bring in your cylinder. It can be a little tricky to line up sometimes when you get it and then you pull down and then snaps into place. It's very secure. Here with the original Freedom Arms, you actually just twist this and it pops out. One problem is sometimes this can get loose. So I'm not a big fan of this cylinder pin. Now the standard North American Arms, you have a detent, you push in and then the pin comes right out. Much safer than the Freedom Arms, but the Pug is definitely an advantage. Now your safety notch is a very narrow notch in the cylinder, and then we have our chamber notch, which is wider, and that way you can differentiate between the two. Carrying this with a live round could be dangerous, especially with the hammer down. Now it does have a half cock feature, so you can set the half cock. That's going to get the firing pin off of the back of the rim. But to engage your safety notch, go ahead and just bring in your cylinder. You can see you can turn it free when you pull it up. When you get it lined up, pull the trigger and then let that hammer come all the way down, just like that. You can find, there it is, there's the notch right there. You'll know because you have your chamber notch here and here, and so you're on the safety notch. This is going to give you ultimate protection as far as this going off if it's dropped. So you can carry all 5 rounds in here, which I highly recommend since you only have 5 rounds. And then if you want to disengage the safety notch, all you got to do is just pull the hammer back, and then it locks into place and you're ready to fire. So it doesn't encumber any kind of speed to get this deployed just by using the safety notch. I think that's a pretty cool feature. And it was designed by North American Arms. Here the Freedom Arms doesn't have it. Now the Pug only weighs 6.6 ounces, so it's really easy to carry. Your standard mini revolver is 4.4 ounces. So I really think that just the 2.2 ounce difference is well worth it. It's a little over 4.5 inches at 4.56 inches, 2.81 inches in height, and 1.06 inches in total width. So it is a very easy gun to conceal. Now the stainless steel on this, to me, is an excellent choice. I mean, it keeps it very corrosion resistant. You know, as far as maintenance goes, you don't have to worry too much about it. But it is a precision cut piece. I mean, everything is so well done on these. You can just see the good quality. Of course, North American Arms, and then 22 Magnum, and this is Provo, Utah. So these are just very fine quality pieces. The grip is nice, of course, and it's good quality. There's a spur on the hammer to be able to easily bring that back. And then on the trigger, there's also serrations. So when you pull the trigger, you feel those serrations on it. And then here at the top, you have serrations here, which just make it look nice. It will give you a little bit of a contrast when looking down your sights. It has a 1-inch barrel, and the crown is recessed. So that makes it nice, and just in case it gets nicked or anything, it's not going to affect accuracy. Even though accuracy out to a long range is not necessarily a big deal, but these still can shoot very accurately. Now there are a ton of different holster options. There are different grip options. You can even get speed loaders, and I believe it's Revision CV that has these ammo pods. They are really cool speed loaders. In fact, I just ordered a 5-pack because I just love this. I'm gonna start carrying this. It's just been such a lot of fun to shoot. The quality is there, and I think this makes an excellent option for concealed carry. But of course, you have tons of ammo choices as well. We were shooting some of the CCI TNT Green. We were shooting Federal. We were also shooting CCI mini mags or maxi mags, and we're getting about 1,060 feet per second out of the Federal 40 grain. The CCI maxi mags are getting about
1,378 feet per second. So I mean, it's coming out pretty good, and that's out of a 1-inch barrel. Realistically, you're getting the same ballistics as a 22 long rifle out of a rifle length, out of this little short barrel with the 22 Magnum. If you're shooting 22 long rifle, you're really getting 22 short ballistics. So I think that the 22 Magnum definitely has some advantages.
Now, I've owned the Mini Revolver and 22 long rifle for many years, and I love the size. I love how easy it is to slip into your pocket. I've carried it on a number of occasions, just as a little backup and maybe just for some fun. But taking it to the range, I wouldn't call pleasurable. I mean, it's tiny, those little rosewood grips, while they're pretty and nice looking, it doesn't give you a lot to grip. So when I got the 22 Magnum, I didn't know what to expect. I just kind of figured that it might be a little bit unmanageable. But I'll tell you guys, with this grip makes all the difference in the world. I mean, it doesn't feel your hand, but it definitely gives you something to hold on to. And the 22 Magnum, the recoil is not that bad. I mean, this was really a lot of fun to shoot, much more than even the 22 long rifle. And then, of course, with the excess sights, able to get on target. And when you brought it up, you saw the sights. I mean, they were very visible. It attracted the eye. My daughter Sarah was with me on one occasion, and she loved it. I mean, we had a lot of fun shooting it.
What do you think?
It's interesting, but it's got a lot of power for such a baby gun.
But the recoil is not bad.
Not really, not at all.
I mean, to me, it stays, the muzzle stays pretty flat.
It does.
So I definitely think this is a great little gun, even to take to the range. And of course, how slow loading it is, you're just not going to put a ton of rounds through it, even though we shot 200 rounds through the Pug.
If you're planning on carrying the Pug, even as a deep cover, you need to learn to shoot it with one hand. And that's really where this is going to come in. So whether you're shooting it right or left-handed. It doesn't take long to master it. Even though it's 22 Magnum, the recoil is really nothing. I mean, it's very easy to shoot.
At first, it seemed awkward to manipulate, awkward to shoot, because it's so different than most of your traditional firearms that we're seeing today. But after a while, you just start to fall into a groove that just gets smoother and smoother. And so that's one of the things I think would be important with this, is not to buy it and put it away, take it out of the range one time, but take it a number of times to the range. You'll quickly get up to speed. But you know, it's just something about pulling the hammer back, holding on to it, knowing how it's going to fire, and then reloading. Reloading is definitely one of the things that is an issue with this, as far as quick reloading, but also making that reload smooth. So, you know, I think getting it out, trying it out, shooting it with one hand, all those things are important if you're going to carry this as an EDC hideout deep cover pistol. But guys, I love this little guy.
Now, aside from the standard North American Arms revolvers, of course the Pug is an upgrade. You can also get the Black Widow, which is a really cool option. There's a lot of different features. And then we have the Mini Master. And a lot of these are ported, including the Pug. You can get these ported if you want. Now, there are two options that make it really easy to reload. And that's the Sidewinder, which has a cylinder that comes out like a traditional revolver. And then they have the Ranger 2, which is a top break, and it just opens up like the old style. And I think these two are great for easy reloading.
Now, would I carry this for a concealed carry piece? Definitely. It would not be my primary. I would always carry something with higher round count that I could use, that I could reload faster, if nothing else, and a more potent round. 22 Magnum, while it's fine and it can get you out of a bad situation, it is not optimal. But for EDC, for slipping it in my pocket to have a backup, it makes it really easy. It's so lightweight, and the quality is there, so I can have some confidence in that. Putting it in an ankle holster, you can get it on the outside of your waistband, inside. I mean, you can put it as a neck piece, you know, in a neck holster. I mean, there's so many different options, especially when you really need to be discreet, especially in a professional situation. where you don't want to print, or your clothing may be an issue. And so having something like this is better than having nothing, but I still caution you not to actually rely on this as your primary. And again, I want to thank Big Daddy Unlimited. Check it out. Of course, I can't have a link down below in the description. I will have it on my Full 30 link, and I will have it on Facebook. But it is a great source. If you are buying firearms on a fairly regular basis, you're not going to get better prices than Big Daddy Unlimited. The manufacturer suggested retail price on this Pug with the tritium sights is $387. And on Big Daddy Unlimited, this was running about $267. So it's a great price, better than you're going to find anywhere else. And guys, also check out the Such Zone on getzone.com. I'm putting together a lot of different videos that I cannot do here on YouTube. And also we're doing exclusive videos as well. So check out getzone.com. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic.
Semi-action with the standard North American Arms, and then pull the chamber or the cylinder. Okay.
And so when I got the 22 Magnum, I thought, I didn't know. Okay.
I feel like a cowboy, a mini cowboy.
A mini cowboy, or a giant cowboy, cowgirl.
Yeah.